Hey everybody, this is Chibuzor Sam again. Last week I made a video and unfortunately I uploaded it to the wrong channel, but I uploaded it to my right channel right now. And I need a thumbnail for this video. Most of the videos that do well just have and then pointing here and then the text here. Okay, so I'm trying to do just that. Uh, so I was thinking, okay, instead of me going online, finding some free tool, maybe Canva. How about I vibe code one app that that does just this and does it well? So in the past, I created something called YouTube thumbnail generator. And so this is my personal app. It should be dead simple. You put a picture, you put text, you position the text, you download it, done, right? So let's see if I will be able to create this thumbnail for my video using this. I've already taken some pictures and I've uploaded those pictures. So I'm just going to walk through my workflow. So the first thing you do in this particular case is I will download this application. So let me open up my build environment. I think at this point we're just doing live builds, you know. At this point I'm just showing you how to vibe code apps, how to develop apps, and if you like it, you like it. So I will close my folder. I will change my window to, let's see, is Windsurf here? No, Windsurf is not here. Okay, Windsurf is here. So you saw the GitHub link. Typically, I'll just go to GitHub. Let me show you guys the full flow. So typically you go to GitHub, you click this button that says code. If you have existing code anyway, you stay on the SSH tab. Now, guys, if you're brand new to this, there's a lot I'm glossing over. For you to use SSH, you have to set up something on your PC. GitHub gives you a lot of steps, or just Google it. Just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, how can I use SSH from my personal GitHub locally, right? Because these are private projects. For you to download this project, you need to have like the permission to do so. You can't even access this. You can't see this online. Only I can see it because it's mine. Okay, so you click on this SSH link here, and then we go back to Windsurf. And in Windsurf, you can just say clone repo, right? And for me, since I already have my GitHub connected, I can click clone from GitHub, but I have the repo anyway. So I'm just going to click clone from URL. And now it's asking me where I want to put the project. I know you can't see that window, so I'm just going to put it in my regular place where I put everything else. I just hope, yeah, I do not have that project there. So I probably built this project somewhere else. I've cloned it. It's asking me to open it up, and I'm opening it up right now. And I'll click yes, I trust everything. So the first thing I want to do is run the application. Let's see where the app is at. Okay, yeah, my kids were just coming down here. Okay, anyway, so you open up the app, and the first thing you do is you install all packages. So depending on the type of project, you do things differently. Because again, I'm a software developer, I know this. So when you see a package.json, that's usually a web project. And you don't even need to know what type of web project. All you need to use is something called npm, and just do npm I, which is short for install. So npm install will install everything we need to be able to run this app and see the output. That's the first thing we need to do. So I'm just going to pause the video, let it install. When it's done installing, we'll run the app and we'll just see where we're at. Okay, so the application has finished installing. The next thing you do is you just run npm start. I mean, you can run npm dev. So if you can look in this package JSON, the dev mode is the mode that lets you, oh, let me just remove that, put it here. Yes, so dev mode is the mode that runs, yeah, npm run dev. So if something happens and you put the wrong command, you get pretty good ideas what the right command is. So npm run dev, it's running right now, and I'll pause the video. I'll show us what the app looks like in the browser. So another thing, actually, so it's done. Okay, so it's done running. I told us this is the link, yeah, localhost 3000. I will copy that link and let's switch windows to our not there. Let's switch windows to not there. Okay, let's switch windows to somewhere else here. Okay, so for those who remember, I use something called Coolify, and Coolify is used to host multiple applications in one. So most times, most of you will be using Vercel, Netlify, and for each single app, you're paying them what, $11, right? And those apps use like tiny resources because most of these apps are for myself. Most of these apps are not full-blown development apps with thousands of users. If any one of these apps gets big enough, I can always like transfer it to a different environment. So I'll show you what that looks like. I won't get into the details here. Let's focus. Okay, so now let's run that app. We'll run that app, localhost 3000. So it's compiling, it's loading up. And let's see just the state of this vibe coded app. If we need to make any changes, we can make them live right now. And if we don't need to make any changes and it just works, I will use that as a thumbnail and I will upload this to YouTube right now. And the video is done, right? So I just want to show you, you can have your own set of tools and those tools can be good enough for you to do everything you need to do. And in fact, one of the last things I would love to do in this video is I would like to show you from scratch how we can add one of those projects here, and that would become our own like web hosted version of this simple app. So let's see what this simple app says. Okay, so it's asking to upload a background, and the background is just the core image. So I'll show you the first one. So I uploaded one of my pictures that I used. It's asking to upload an overlay. So if you had any picture of any kind of content that you wanted to put on top of your stuff, maybe your logo as well, you can do that. A heading text would just be for me, unlimited vibe coding. That's all I wanted to do. And subheading text, nothing. So let's just click apply. Okay, so the first thing I notice here is unlimited vibe coding is here. I can move it wherever I want. The second issue here is that the picture is, I'm not sure what this multiplier is, but the picture I put is way too big. It's like way too big. Okay, so this is not good. Wow, so look at that. Okay, so the way this app is working, it's meant specifically for YouTube, but all of the aspect ratio of the video is not correct, right? And this is real life. So I'm just going to let's try and fix this using vibe coding, using Windsurf. And again, in keeping with the video, I will do this in a free manner. So if you remember what the video said, which you've not seen the video at this point probably, but what the video said is that in Windsurf, we have something called free models. So you can see Grok is free, GPT high reasoning is free, GPT low reasoning is free. And so we have a lot of good models that are free. So let's describe the problem and let's see if we can fix it. So the big thing we saw was that, in fact, let's just go right into it. Okay. So the first thing I always start with when I load an app up is I say, please learn about my project. Ideally, I would love to use a paid model like Claude, because Claude does a better job. I mean, Claude is the top of is the top right now. But Grok Fast is fast and accurate. I'll be honest, it's blown me away. So it talked about all this stuff. It's a YouTube thumbnail generator. Great. So it said all these things. So now I'll just say, can you please help me? I uploaded a picture into as a background, but the aspect, like the picture is so big and there's no way to force the picture to be smaller or to fit the aspect ratio of a YouTube thumbnail. So is it possible either to have some controls to modify the aspect ratio of the background image, or to just automatically make sure any background I put is snapped to fit is snapped to fit. Yeah, I can't resize it. I can't reduce the size. I can't so I can't even use I can't snap it to fit. So I think I need maybe two controls. One would be ability to resize the image, the background size, and then drag it along so I can use some part of it as the background, or the ability to just snap it so that it will automatically take the width and height of a YouTube thumbnail video. So again, as usual, I am using my app that I created that records stuff. I hit a hotkey, I record my message. I hit the hotkey again, it transcribes my message. When it's done transcribing, I hit enter and I'm done. Okay, so let's see. I just described the problem. I didn't even give it images. I described the problem and let's see what happens. Remember that everything happening here is live. You can see here, it's actually reloading the screen because as AI is making changes, those changes are being applied live. So we should be able to see on the browser what happened. So the first big problem that Grok is not aware of is that something broke. So I'm just going to hit stop, hit accept all, because again, I don't want to beat a dead horse here and give you guys development 101, but we have something called Git. We downloaded the project from GitHub. This is super important because we can let AI just do whatever, and if it doesn't work, we can just like throw away all the changes. This thing says discard all changes. We can just throw it all away. We don't care. So this gives us the freedom to just rely on AI, but then judge the outcome. So the big issue here is that AI made changes and then selected text is not defined. So it deleted something that was there, essentially. So I'm just pasting that in, and Grok will fix that. Okay, and it's done. And you can see now it compiled, right? And we accept all, we stop. Now let's go back into our actual, let's go back into our actual view, our app. I will choose again, select something. Again, I don't even know what was done, right? Unlimited vibe coding is here. Click apply. And so you can see it snapped it to the whole canvas. My only problem here is that number one, let's make this bigger. Let's make this bigger. I clicked red bounce. So one of the things I did with this app was I said, hey, there's some things that are pretty common that get applied to thumbnail pictures. Let's just have those as quick images. Like see, blue bounce, green shadow, right? Blue bounce, red bounce. It doesn't really work on an image because images don't really work that way. Let's see what happens. So unlimited vibe coding. I want this bigger. I want this bigger. And okay, so at this point, let's just see what the, so yeah, you can see there's a text color. If you scroll down, there's a text color and there's a background color for the text. So if I put background, perfect. So this is the kind of thing I wanted to see. I wanted to see the ability to have my own background because you can see behind my background is just my wall and my door, right? And if those two don't match, it's so hard to put an actual text here. Like it doesn't quite work. Let's see. If we did blue pop, green shadow, but red stands out well, and red matches my cap color, my hat color. So even though I can, of course, oh, yeah, something crazy just happened. So for some reason, my colors are gone for this. Oh, okay. So when you select an element, it then brings up controls. I mean, so again, this is just something I've already vibe coded, and I told you guys I will be showing all the apps I've vibe coded. So this app, we can do another video of showing how easy it is to host this app on Coolify. But again, remember guys, I've set up Coolify. It's attached to my GitHub project, and of course, even if you need help, you can use AI and ask, right? How can you do this? Okay, so I think this is pretty good. The last thing I would say is there should be like some more padding. If you look at this, there's not that much padding between the background and the there's not much padding between the background and the text. So maybe this is another vibe code situation here, but let's just leave it as is for now. If you look down here, we have background image controls, fits to canvas, contain in canvas, reset scale. I don't even know what these are. Fits to canvas, let's click. Containing canvas. Oh, fit to canvas. Okay, at least we didn't lose our stuff. You know, that's my biggest worry. I'm just worried. Oh, see, so you can still kind of like move it. If I say fit to canvas, perfect. Okay, so this is exactly what I was hoping, where I wouldn't lose my changes. Now, if I click download, what happens? Download thumbnail. And I'll save that. I'll open that up. Okay, so for anyone who thought by the time we're done, this is what the thumbnail looks like. Those buttons you saw are not there, which is really good. I was worried for a second that those buttons will be there, but they're not. So yeah, we have unlimited vibe coding. You have me here. I think this is good. Let's use this. So right here, I'm going to perhaps stop the video, but maybe one last thing that would be super valuable would be how would we then take this app that works like we want it to and push it to Coolify. Okay, so let's just do the Coolify portion. So go to Coolify, you click add project. For me, everything starts with my nickname. Then we'll just say YouTube thumbnail generator. Yeah, I'll click add resource, and you click private repo with GitHub action, and then click my link. And then you can see the name up there. It's a YouTube thumbnail generator. So just scroll to the very bottom because I'm not sure what's going on here, but it should be here. Oh yeah, so YouTube thumbnail generator. You can see, oh, you guys can't see the overlay. Okay, but I have a ton of apps and built. I select this one, click load. The easiest way to load an app is to use Nix packs because we just want to run npm start or npm run, you know. So I'll just click continue and I won't even put anything else, right? I just clicked Nix pack continue and I'll just click deploy. Let's see if something goes right, if everything just works out of the box without doing much work. So I'll pause the video and I'll come back after this runs. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't put anything in terms of instructions, but one of the things that usually happens is that when you go to configuration here and you scroll down, so some of the default commands for npm build, it does build for install, it uses npm I to install, just like what we did locally, right? For the build, it uses npm build, and for the start, it uses npm start. Now, one of the big problems is that if we are building this thing for production, it will remove specific things that we need, right? So one of the errors I got, let me just save this, not like I need to save it, but one of the errors we got here was that we got a complaint. Let's see, yeah, it's right here. So it says try doing this or add a declaration because it couldn't find React color. So we'll take this thing, we'll go back to windsurf. Let me switch back to windsurf. And we can just go to the free model and just hit chat. So this is the crazy thing about having a free model like this. You don't have to go to ChatGPT and start pasting in your code and start giving it context. Right here, you can just say, I tried. So for me, I tried installing this on Coolify and I got an error. I'll paste the error below. So I used my, yeah, I talk about this all the time. Okay, anyway. So I took that, pasted it, and let's see what Grok says. Okay. So it says you can see React color is in the dependencies, but types is missing from dev dependencies. So it's going to try and add this package. Okay, I'm going to stop it right here because when it's in chat mode, it can't actually make any code changes. So I'll just say add it now. Okay, it actually cannot make any code changes. That's why I just got stuck for a little bit. So understanding your system also helps. So now I've made this change. I'm going to save, like just add them both. I'm also going to use AI to generate the message because AI can describe what was done. And now because we've added that project to Coolify, if I hit, once this is done, and I hit commit and I push it, a new deployment will start automatically. So maybe you want, so again, I thought this would be like a super simple, we just take the app, we'll put it on and we're done. But now it's taking a while because real life happened, something broke, we have to use AI to fix it. So I'll pause the video, I'll wait until I'm done fixing it, and then we'll just see what the hosted app looks like. Okay, so last we worked on, so I actually just put some kind of description and I just pushed it myself. And then after forever, AI finally figured out what worked. But let's go back and see Coolify. So Coolify is actually done now. 1 second here. Yeah, Coolify is done. It finished the deployment after making the change we just made with adding the types to the dev dependencies. And now if we just click this link and click show, YouTube thumbnail generator should be there. Now let's try the exact same thing. I'll use a different picture so we can just see a different variation. It should say unlimited vibe coding and then click apply. And you can see, so it's me in the same way. I have that app. If I click this, that, so you can see it's doing the snap thing. Right now, the text, I can increase it, but let's use a black background as the background color for the text. Let's increase the size of it. What I really love about this is the text looks crisp. The text does not look, it doesn't look drawn out like a picture, right? So if I went to Canva and I got a picture, or let's say this was an overlay, a logo, and I brought the logo in here and I started stretching it to match the background, it would be stretched out. But with this text, it's perfectly rendered. That's why I like this. Just in case you're wondering, like, why not just get a bunch of images, throw them up here, use Canva and do stuff. So this is the same thing Canva would do, but I don't have to pay for Canva. And I have just one place I can go to get this done, So, I mean, it's pretty simple for me. Oh my goodness, I just realized something else, but this video is long enough. Oh my goodness, I realized something else. Okay, so one of the apps I made, oh my goodness, I have to show this. So one of the apps I made is let me see if I can find it. Personalized image generator. And there are some templates for images. So let's try something crazy. Let's create a template. We'll call it YouTube thumbnails. And we'll pick a picture, the same red hat picture. You can see my picture is rendering right here. And for text, my text should be showing up over there, but you can see the text is really small. So we're going to increase the font size of the text until it's so huge we can see it. I'm just scrolling my mouse up. Guys, come on, make it bigger. Okay, 1 sec. I can't scroll anymore. Okay, let's go like 250. Okay, too big. Okay, let's go 200. Sure, fine. That's good enough. Well, let's go 190. Okay, and then let's give it a font size of red. So I always love red. Red is my favorite color, whatever. Let's put a background behind the text. We can use this white background. Let's go with the black. I think the black and red contrast really worked. But one other thing, the opacity. I'm going to raise opacity to 100 so it's really vivid. And then we're going to put that right here. And so this is just first text, second text. I'm going to remove that so that we can just have one line stuff. Unfortunately, this text is too big, right? So let's go like 150. Okay, and the reason I'm doing 150 is so that I can like make it longer and it will go longer without it like destroying without it destroying the thing. I can always go to the next line. Okay, so we have that. I can just say create template, and it will create this template. Okay, the reason I'm crazy about this is because once this template is done, we can then, if I click preview, we can see this, right? If we go to the tester, let's go to the tester. This is absolutely crazy. YouTube thumbnails is here, Sam. So if I said unlimited vibe coding, let's see what happens. So it's generating the image. This does it live. So just like the thumbnail generator, but this is much more powerful. And the reason my mind is blown is because the next thing I was thinking about for the thumbnail generator was that, oh, what if I could somehow make this a template? I could pass in a different text, and I don't have to come here all the time to generate thumbnails. I can just have it happen, right? That's what I was thinking. Now it's here. Now we have this personalized image generator. So the first thing I noticed is it went over. That's the first thing I noticed. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say unlimited vibe, and then coding is here. Okay, so it's looking good. Let's see if I can drag it or not. No, I can't drag it. Okay. So this is a slight problem, but this is where knowing your app, I can go back to the template. Let's go back to the template. Like this video has just become like random stuff, you know, which is not that great. But let's move it closer to my face, and then let's click update. Okay, and then let's go back to the testing, and I'm going to do unlimited vibe. Come on, I thought I changed that. And then straight coding. Okay, let's go here. Unlimited. I mean, at this point, it should work if we're doing it one at a time, but I don't really want it to be that big. You know? Show text and image. I'm not sure about this panel. So something like this, unlimited vibe coding, right? The only problem now would be the resolution of the image. Like we want it for YouTube, so I have to go back. So now this link, there's a clickable link here. If I click that clickable link, it will, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so that's something that's not working. Let's click on this link here, and let's open a new tab manually. Let's paste that. Oh, there's something wrong. Okay, I know what's wrong. This clickable link is not the same as this link. Okay, so this link is the link that is generated where you can pass in your text. That clickable link is for something else. Just ignore that. Okay, it's for using this as a preview image and then redirecting to another app, which was something I did. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. So if I wanted to have unlimited thumbnails for myself, let's say I had a few of these my pictures. I can create like 5 different templates of and just with text, right? Like 5 different poses, 5 different this, and then I can use, let's say, N8N to automatically call this my app for each template and pass in my text. And then I will see 5 different images of what the output looks like. Like that's the end goal. Anyway, this is just crazy. I'm just showing you some of the apps I built. The website template generator is the second app. I think we're going to stop the video here. We've already seen how we used Coolify. We've already seen how we went to Windsurf to fix the issue. We've seen it work. We've seen it live, and this is a live link deployed now. So I can use this live. And then we got the idea of going back to use an even more powerful vibe coded app, 100% vibe coded, this app using AI. And I essentially recreated my thumbnail generator right now within 2 minutes. So that's crazy. That's crazy. This is the power of vibe coding. If you want to see something else, leave a comment, leave a like. Hope you like this. Have a great day.